North winds 25 to 35 miles an hour with gusts up to 50 miles an hour expected.
I said this is scary.
This is nerve-wracking. This is nerve-wracking. There's nothing I can do. You know?
I know.
It's all staked out.
All right, so we're out here. We're doing some extra staking out of Ruby because there's supposed to be high winds for the next actual several days. We're still not exactly comfortable or for sure how she handles in really these high desert winds, so we're like securing her to the earth all over the place. So we'll have two on this side, besides the fact that Ruby's base is all staked down. We've got two bungee cords back here. Yeah, the wind is supposed to come in from this direction. It'll be interesting to see. Somebody had recommended that we use bungee cords instead of tie downs. So I guess we're experimenting. And then once Richard moves his motorcycle, we'll tie down over here. And we haven't quite figured out what we're going to do with the kitchen area yet. This always seems to happen in that we have these high winds come up. We know they're coming, but we've got something planned. So we'll lay the solar panels down. Ruby will be all secure. We'll cross our fingers. Last time we left her in high winds, we came back and she was perfectly fine. So the one thing I wanted to add is we get a lot of questions about, we set up a base camp, we go wander the area. How comfortable are we leaving all of our gear and Ruby behind? We take it a case-by-case scenario. That's Richard hammering, still securing Ruby. We take it campsite by campsite of how comfortable we are leaving our stuff here. Now, we are camping with Bob Wells, who's right over there somewhere in the white van. And I really don't, first of all, I don't think Bob Wells is going to come over and pilfer our camp. Again, we just take it campsite by campsite. And today, I think we'll be perfectly comfortable leaving Ruby behind, knowing she's in good hands. All right, there's Ruby. We are expecting her to be back in the same condition when we get home. This is the Parker Dam, and what we read is this section that you see here is only about 25% of the dam. 73% of the dam is actually buried into the bedrock. It's actually 320-foot tall structure. It is the tallest dam in the world, but it looks really short because you don't see 75% of it.
Yeah.
It's so weird to say that that's just 25%. How did they do that? That's crazy. this is called the teddy bear cactus.
Yeah.
No, this is called the teddy bear cholla.
Teddy bear cholla.
It does look cute.
So I want to give you a little PSA with these little cholla cactuses, the cholla cacti. Always carry one of those long combs, like back in the 70s, you feather your hair back, right? Carry one of those combs, because if you're out in the desert wandering or on a dirt bike or an adventure bike and you get one, they're gonna go through your pants and into your thigh and into your calf. That comb will get underneath all of them and you could flick it off.
London Bridge. That's pretty cool. It's pretty small. I thought it would be...
We'll get up and go for a walk over here. What do you say? Go for a walk around this thing.
I guess I thought it would be bigger.
Well, they had to ship it.
Yes.
So it can't be that big.
All 10,000 pounds of it. No, 10,000 tons of it.
Yeah, 10,000 tons.
London Bridge in 1968 was truly falling down in London.
It truly was. Yeah,
yes.
London Bridges was falling down.
It was sinking about an inch every 8 years. It wasn't set up for the modern cars. And the officials in London said, hey, we need to tear this thing down and it's going to cost $1.2 million. So let's see if we can find some crazy American investor who might want the London Bridge. And they did. They found Robert McCulloch.
And he brought it out here to Lake Havasu. And he didn't put it across the Colorado. He put it across one of the canals that go along the side of the Colorado and feed these neighborhoods, this housing and development.
Yeah, and he brought
this
it...
was all back in 1964.
68.
68,
yeah.
Okay.
And he brought it out here just because he needed an attraction. He had this vision of Lake Havasu being a tourist oasis, and he felt he needed an attraction for it. And why not? Let's just buy the London Bridge. And he bought it for $2.46 million.
And it was a little, he gave just extra because he had extra money. Gave him an extra 60 grand because he had extra money.
Yes.
We looked at the weather and it shows 80 degrees. It's just beautiful outside, but then there's wind advisory. Wind advisory remains in effect until 1 p.m. Thursday. North winds 25 to 35 miles an hour with gusts up to 50 miles an hour expected. The Colorado River Valley and surrounding areas, including Lake Mead, Mojave, and Havasu.
So it's so sweet, probably isn't the best word, but it's so nice because I just went for a walk and everybody in this area is so concerned for us because the winds are supposed to be tonight 30 miles an hour with gusts up to 50. And so they're very concerned. They're offering tie-down straps, bungee cords, additional stakes. They want to make sure that we're here in the morning. So Richard is going around and he's adding more to Ruby, fastening more of her to the earth. So we have a feeling it's going to be a long night.
I can't imagine. We've got these stakes.
Oh.
They're this big. And they're going into rock.
In fact, you're kind of concerned when we do leave, whether you can get them back out again.
Yeah, I'm concerned if we're going to get these back.
Well, we have to.
But I mean, you can see they're solid in.
Yeah.
But we have the base is completely staked out. The canopy or the screened-in porch is staked out. So here's my plan. Here's what I think we should do. make dinner,
Okay.
and then put everything up in the bike. That's why I have the bike uncovered.
Okay.
So we can put the stuff back in the bike, put it up.
Okay.
Put
What
the
we're gonna
kitchen.
do is tear down the whole kitchen area.
Well, I don't know about tear down the whole kitchen,
Put it all up.
but the food thing goes up, the pan goes up, the stuff in there can go inside underneath the table. But I think we'll be okay. It's 30-mile-an-hour winds. They say 50 gusts. I see 40 in this area. It said 30-mile-an-hour gusts.
So here's a note for you. In the middle of the night, if you have to get up and go pee,
Go pee. Don't clothesline yourself.
Oh dear. I'll be
And
glad.
here I wanted to do, and somebody's going to ask, why didn't you stake them out this way? Well, I wanted it to go this way because I wanted to keep the tent tight as possible. The tighter it is, the better it will deflect the wind instead of absorbing it and, you know, pushing it. So
All right, let's get busy.
So you're going to put it right here in front, diagonal this way, and we're going to get my bike and we're going to block it this way. Okay. We're going to try to keep as much wind as we can from going underneath that camper. There you go. Right there, right there. Taken down the canopy, rolled it up in those big clips that we have.
Yeah.
I rolled it up and clipped it like 5 places and pinned it, since it has like 5 stakes around it, and pinned the kitchen piece down.
Okay.
And everything, all of the tie downs are still taut, super tight. And it's coming directly at the bikes.
So the bikes are helping to break it.
Yeah, oh yeah, the bikes are helping to break it. If the bikes weren't there to break it, this bed would be lifting up, I think.
What time is it?
It's only 10:38.
Oh my gosh. The bed's rocking and rolling though.
Bed's moving. It's gonna be a long night. That's all I know. Everything is solid. It's just nerve-wracking. So, I have to be honest, I don't like this at all.
I agree.
I don't like it at all.
Desert.
At all. This is nerve-wracking.
The desert is a whole different ball game.
This is nerve-wracking. This is nerve-wracking. There's nothing I can do.
I know.
Huh?
I said this is scary.
Well, there's a reason why we look a wreck.
We survived. We made it. We are really, really tired.
Oh my gosh.
But I guess I just wanted to talk about what we learned. So what we learned is Ruby does really, really well in the wind, but the humans don't. Yeah. So we are going to avoid that type of situation like the plague from now on.
Absolutely. So Ruby held up. She held up, but I wish we had a wind gauge, because there was times I walked outside to check the tie downs and it about blew me over, Chris. I mean, it was I was shocked at how much wind it was, and I'm just amazed that it didn't blow a seam or zipper.
So what we learned was that we knew the wind was coming. We took a lot of precautions, but yesterday was calm, and what we should have done is headed out. And so
looked on the map and found out where the wind was not.
yeah, and that's where we should have headed to.
Instead, we went to London Bridge. Yes. Lake Havasu City.
Yes. The other thing that y'all can just learn from our mistakes, because here's the other dumb thing that we did. We were out yesterday and we did not pick up water.
Yeah, that was dumb.
The lesson is whenever we're going out for an adventure, we need to take stock of our inventory and say, hey, do we need to bring some water jugs with us? Do we need to run into the grocery store and at least grab a couple nights worth of... Well,
I mean, every time I came out, look, these things were tight. It didn't loosen at all.
Here's the other thing that we learned in high winds is take the canopy down.
Yeah.
Put it away, no matter what.
Because it kind of held everything in place.
Yes, but we, you know, hindsight, we should have taken the canopy down. We should have dismantled the kitchen table. Came out in the middle of the night and secured Ruby to his motorcycle.
So tell me, how many times did you feel that bed lift up a little bit?
Oh my gosh. It felt like I was riding on a freight train.